Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Graybeards. My name's Wayne, and to my left over here is my good friend Bug. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. Our seven viewers probably wonder why I'm always pointing up. It's because that's where you're situated from my POV. POV.
Point of view. Yeah. Privately owned
POV.
vehicle, point of view. Could
Yeah.
be any known acronym.
Yeah. 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 POV, huh?
And so
Point
how's your week? Anything interesting happen in your world?
in my world. Huh? What happened in my world? Well, one, Jada's prom is coming up
Ooh.
next month, so I'm
Well, but
investing in prom stuff.
ah, yay. It's important, right? It's an important thing in a young person's life to go to prom. I don't think I ever went because I was not interested in those
Dang,
shenanigans personally.
really?
Nah.
I went to the prom. It was okay. You know what I'm saying? I just the way we dressed back then versus the way these cats dress now is totally different, man.
Is it
I
how?
had meaning like I mean I had the jacket, the suit jacket with the pants, the ruffled shirt. You remember the ruffled shirt, the darn shirt with the yeah, for lack of a better word, ruffles in it. And
Now, I mean, now culturally, you might dress differently than I would have.
probably.
Yeah,
But
because
it was standard. I mean, you saw it was a multicultural attire that I had on.
well,
You saw
you would have what 82? When did you
82.
grad?
Yeah.
You
I think I went
graduated
to the
82.
junior prom, but I didn't go to the senior one because
No.
I think I was depressed. Like, man, this is it, you know. So I went to the junior prom and my mind was just like, what am I gonna do? I'm an adult now. What am I gonna do after high school? You know what I'm saying? That was my mindset. Maybe it shouldn't have been like that. It was just like the end of an era or something. So it was like, dang,
Yeah.
I'm here, bro. I'm here. This imaginary date that they said was coming, I didn't see it coming. You know, it
But
caught me off guard.
I didn't, well, for me, one, I wasn't interested in doing that. I wasn't dating anybody per se at the time. Maybe I would.
Mhm,
I don't know. I was not
mhm.
necessarily a dating kind of person. I went out with some girls and to go to they just knew that wasn't me. One, I didn't have the money. I was dirt poor, man. I was, poor kid living in a
You mean
trailer.
your McDonald's money wasn't enough to fund your prom adventure? I
Mm-mm.
said no.
Nah, I
You
had
came
car
over to Burger
insurance.
King,
I
man.
had to pay for car insurance, and that pretty much, you know, that that pretty much kept me tapped out. Right? And I wasn't good with my money as it was as a young adult, anyways. I was like a
Yeah.
lot of people. It was in my pocket and it burnt. So I was like,
I think I was better with money when I was younger, man. I was really conservative back then. I would buy some food now. That ain't changed. But for
yeah,
just frivolously spending money, now I never did that. I
oh
wasn't
yeah,
allowed to. For one, my parents confiscated my check. My mom would
yeah,
get my check and then pay me from my check.
yeah,
Oh, you made $120. Here's $30.
yeah, yeah.
And
I mean,
then
that's the thing people don't realize. I mean, that working, you may have got $100 to spend for 30 hours of work.
that's crazy.
It's like,
315, man. $3.15.
yeah. And I remember when we went to three. I remember when it was like 285 or something like that, or two before, and then
Can't
went to three
remember
fifteen. We were like, yeah, you know.
that. A whole, I think
Yeah,
I got a whole quarter raise when I went to Shoney's after I got fired from Burger King. I got fired, man. That was a painful thing getting fired. I was like, oh my God.
but I say with me, I was a dishwasher at a
I was a
fancy
dishwasher at
restaurant,
Shoney's.
and they
Yeah.
tried to play some bull crap on me, and
Hmm.
I was like, I walked out, man. They fired me, I guess you could say. And then I went back to get my stuff and my like last paycheck, and the head chef was like, Wayne, you can't quit. I need you. And I was like, too late, man. I can't work for these jackasses. I'm out of here.
My man. Hey, that's what's up. Yep. So that's changed. So I wore the shiny shoes to the prom. I had an afro slash Jerry curl thing going on. I wish I had some of those pictures. Matter of fact, if I can, I might
Now
can
you
get my
said,
brother.
what was the junior prom? Was that your junior year you went? Is that what that
Yeah.
junior prom means?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
went to the 1981 prom. Yeah, I had a girlfriend. Actually, it was Tasha,
Yeah.
which you know, she
Hmm.
was my girlfriend at the time,
Yeah.
you know. So we went to the prom together. I had a whole $30 to take out after the prom. But that was a lot, because food wasn't that expensive.
Well,
So
it was expensive, right? Because it would take a
yeah.
big chunk of that $30, right? That
Yeah, it probably took
you
about
worked several
$20.
days to make.
It did to get $30. You think about it,
Mhm.
$3.15, and then I wasn't working
That's
full
10
time.
hours. That's over 10 hours of work because after taxes. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I think I went to work about 5 o'clock and maybe got off at 10. So, because I was a student. So, that's $15.
yeah.
It was
But
something
yeah,
like,
that's the thing, that now, I I got to keep in mind my girls went to prom. I don't know if my youngest did. I don't remember. I don't think.
mm,
I think they. I don't know. I don't think my youngest did. She's more like me in that sense, where she's like, "This is a waste of whatever." She didn't have
dang.
an interest. She didn't have an interest in boys. Where my oldest daughter, she had a. I think her husband that they dated through school, and you know,
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah,
And they probably went to the prom together.
They've been together a long time.
Mhm.
As a couple, if you will. And I'm
Yeah.
glad for that. I'm glad for her that she met somebody that
Hmm.
that young didn't have to go through the whole painful process of finding, you know,
Yeah.
and the way they
I guess.
date now, this whole app thing. I did a little video last week about dating and how it's different today, where they go on these apps. Like I want to forgive me, I don't know them. I know of them, but I think one is Tinder.
Yeah, you
Um,
got 10. I've done it. You know how my
and
life
then,
has been. So
well,
I've done some
yeah,
that.
you were in
Yeah.
that world, but that's how they do it, right? And I don't know, do you meet up at like Shoney's or what? Or,
Yeah.
it's
You pick
like
a spot.
yeah,
Yeah.
some kind of,
You-
you plan a date or whatever, and then you never met this person. And I was like, you get a picture, right? This is the picture you get, right? Or
yeah.
whatever. I don't know. And they show up and they're not that person in person,
Yeah, I
right?
got catfish about three or
Uh,
four times. I
That's
was
what they
fishing
call
for
it.
bass and I got some catfish,
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know.
you can in a sense get catfish. Even like, I met my wife she picked me up at a bar, wanted to dance. I saw I see the product, right? And
Hmm.
then that's the hook, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then when you actually kind of connect, you would maybe make plans for another date. And then as it goes on, you learn more about the person and so on and so on. And whether, there's deal or no deal, right?
Hmm.
In that sense, so it's kind of, I mean, I get it, right? It's, everybody's so leery because we're so inundated with information, the news, when back in our day, if we got news, it was either at 6 or 8 or whatever
Yeah.
and
6 and 11.
nobody watched it. Nobody read newspapers. At least I didn't, anyways, as a youngster.
I watched the news, but yeah, I'm with you. It was just a tradition in my family house. Pops always watched the news. When I got old enough, I would watch the evening. I would watch the evening news, and then whatever one came on at night, night
Yeah.
news. I guess to
And
call
that's
it.
and that's the news this
Yeah,
Monday
it
night,
was,
you know,
it was just what you did,
a
you know.
Walter Cronkite news, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think he was like the first syndicated, as far as I know. But we
Yeah.
watched the local news, man, and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Different times, man. Seemed like it was a more pure time. It seems like it was anyway.
Yeah, in a
Yeah.
sense, you had to put yourself out there, right?
Hmm.
Now they're sitting there with their little selfie, click, 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 and then they'll put a
Oh man,
picture out there, date me. It just seems odd to me, right?
can you imagine taking a selfie in the '80s, man? You'd have went blind.
Yeah.
The darn Polaroid flashes,
You're like, what?
like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mhm.
and I'm not one to talk about date. I mean, I dated girls in high school, and I wasn't the best person. I don't remember ever really having boyfriend, girlfriend status. Um,
Yeah.
I
It
was
started for me.
somewhat exclusive with girls in school. If I was seeing them, I wasn't out, two or three at a time, but I would just if they upset me, and I apologize to them if any of them are watching. I doubt it. They probably don't even know I still exist. Um, that I wasn't the best person when it come to breakups. I would just, I'm out of here. Bye. Never talk to them again. Right.
Well,
And
at
I,
least you
and
knew how to break up. I didn't know how to break up. You know, even I never developed that skill. But
yeah,
it's a
well,
good, the
and
dismount is a good skill.
to me, it was kind of cowardly, right? I would just take the easy road, be like, yeah, I'm done. Oh, yeah, have a good life.
Wayne, he just dropped off the earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's with Susie now.
Yeah. And that's, and
That was the sign that we was broke. He just showed up
yeah,
with another whole nother girl. I guess we're over, you
yeah.
know?
Well, no,
Yeah, yeah.
I think they pretty much knew, right?
Hmm.
But again, I had no idea what I was doing or what.
Of course not, man.
Yeah.
There was a lot of little ladies, little girls out there that I was interested in, what could have been or whatever, whatever, you know. I mean, it was crazy, crazy
Yeah.
times. Yeah, crazy times, man. But it was cool. It was like I said, it was pure. Remember the first time I kissed a girl, man, it felt good. I was like, oh my God, what I've been missing out on. I was in the
Yeah.
seventh grade, man. I kissed this girl. I mean, we had been
Dang.
seeing each other like, yeah, seventh grade, man, junior high. It was junior high for me was seventh, eighth, and ninth grade. So me
Really?
and this girl, every time we passed each other at home, we would look at each other. And as she walked by, we just look, we never said anything. Then the
Yeah.
last day of school, right? That was some kind of was a weird tradition down in Georgia. And like, well, it seemed like it was anyway. It was my thing. But at the last day of school, you would approach somebody that you had been liking the whole year, right? And y'all would kiss. I mean, I didn't even know how to kiss. I guess I did it right. I'm assuming I did.
Yeah.
But it felt good. I'm like, oh my God, this is great. Girls are cool. That's when they transform from being like, man, please, I don't want to deal with no girls. I don't like girls. But they instantly became cool in the seventh grade. I didn't want anything to do with a girl because she was a liability. That's the way I saw it, right? When I was in
Same.
elementary, because dudes would be like, oh man, look at your girlfriend's hair. It's not combed. It was just look at what she's wearing, right? So that was a reflection on me. So
Yeah.
nah, I
Well,
can't
that's
lie,
a,
Billy.
yeah, I could see that. I probably was similar. I didn't really think about it, but that was something else. Didn't want to be tied down, if you will, right? And it wasn't the meaning of tied down that because I wanted to play the field, if you will. It's just
Right, right.
it's a responsibility, right?
Yeah.
That I didn't want to be. I was having a hard enough time just figuring out my own
Yeah, that was me, man. I'm
daily
like, I can't
schedule.
take on
And
no more responsibility. Excellent
yeah,
point. And like I said, she was a liability. Not only I got to defend myself against the hecklers because that was there. I mean, we heckled each other all the time, but now I got to defend her. You know what I'm saying? to fit
Hmm.
her too. Like, man, I ain't got time for all this now. This is already life is already rough enough.
Yeah, I didn't have people didn't heckle me too much. Didn't bother me too much. I don't know why.
Really? Oh man, I was always into stuff, man.
No, I
Junior,
didn't. I mean, I
just
had
with
a
the
very
nickname.
small core of people that I hung out with, right?
Mhm.
So, I mean,
I
it was
remember the
like,
first time I was gonna fight this girl. I mean, she wanted to fight me. I was like, dang, this is a quagmire. Because she had a Planet of the Apes coloring book, right?
how do you
So I
remember
was
this stuff? You can't remember what we did last week,
I
let
know,
alone.
man. It's crazy, but these are significant emotional events, right? So they hardwired into me. So she was like, she had this coloring book in class. I says, "Hey, Angela, let me check out your coloring book." And she was like, "If you lose it, we're gonna fight." I was like, "Okay, all right, I'll take that chance." So I got the coloring book. I looked at it. I was just thumbing through because I like The Planet of the Apes was one of my favorite movies back in the day.
Yeah.
So I put it in my desk, right? And we went to lunch and came back, and guess what? That freaking book was gone. Was
Oh
gone.
no.
Somebody took the freaking coloring book. She was like, hey, where's my Planet of the and then we had to say the whole name, right? Where's my Planet of the Apes coloring book? I was like, it was in my desk. Where is it at? Well, look, after school, we're gonna fight. I was like, oh my God. I was just quagmire. One, I could possibly lose to this girl. Two, two, I was fighting a girl. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, what that kind of predicament I done got myself into, right? It was awkward, bro. It was awkward. Well, you know me. You know how you can probably envision this thing because you know me.
Oh,
So, but
definitely.
it was a non-thing, man. After school, I was more worried about the situation than she was. After school, after the bell rang, I saw her out on the playground because we had to wait on the buses to come. So she was out there running around playing. She never brought up the comic book. So I'm thinking she just was pranking me. She probably had got to class before me. It probably was a love tap type situations, you
Mm.
know. I'm just doing this to get your attention or whatever. So she probably stole it back, you know what I'm saying, and put it in her book bag. And now we're gonna have this fight. I'm like, oh man. But it was a non-issue, so I didn't have to fight a girl.
But everybody, anybody out there
What
knows this girl that he's talking about. Make sure she knows that she's
I need to
still
ring her up, man.
when
Unfortunately, man, I think she passed away, man. I think
no.
she's no longer with us, but I'm friends with her cousins. Her name was Angela Demps, and one of my best buddies' name was Godfrey Demps, right? And
Mm,
so, and Angela now, I will say this here, she couldn't fight, but her method of fighting, she was like that cat in the background, that was her. She had these darn claws. She would scratch. I've seen some dudes. I
mm,
saw some dudes that she fought, man. They was, oh my God, they looked like darn zebras after she was done with them. I was like,
mm.
God, dang, I gotta fight Angela Dance. And she would do the
But
darn this kind of thing. They call it the windmill these days. And
well,
she,
unfortunately, if Angela has passed, God rest her soul.
yes,
But
she was a
just
good person.
Angela, if you're listening, know that you're living rent free in Bug's Head for eternity.
For eternity. Angela, I never forget that day that I borrowed your coloring book
Yeah.
and I was on your hit list, but thank
Mm.
God it was a non-factor.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
that was dating in the 80s and 70s, right?
Yeah,
God, that sounds so
yeah.
old. I mean, we are old. I mean, let's face it. We're not. Uh, Someone looked at one of the pictures I had on my ID card from when I retired. I still have the same from 2022 years ago, and they're like, "You don't
Mm,
even look like you. You look like." And I was 30. Actually, I was 30, 39. Yeah, I
mm.
was 39 when that picture was taken, and they were like, "Oh, you look so young." And you couldn't tell me then that I was young. I would have been like, "What are you talking about? I'm retired from the military. I ain't young." You
And now
know,
you're almost twice today. Mm.
like, well, I don't know about twice, 20 years later, 22 years later.
Yeah.
But
Mm.
anyways, we're kind of moving on. Did you know that? I don't know if it's been out on the news, but I think it was like 3 or 4 days ago that the Olympic gold medalist Kimberly Humphries, bobsledder,
No.
a little known. This is something I did not know until earlier, basically today, as a matter of fact, that every Olympian gets a medal called the Ikkos, Ikkos medal. They get
Mm-hmm.
one, and they
Mm-hmm.
can give it to whomever they want
Right.
that helped, in their opinion or their whatever belief, help them to achieve their Olympic medal.
Right.
But you have to be a medalist, right? I don't know if it's gold medalists get these or just silver or bronze to get them. I
So you
don't
don't get
know.
it
I
for
don't,
attending, huh?
huh?
They don't give it every attendee don't get one,
I
doesn't get
don't
one.
think I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know a lot about this Ecos
Mm.
award. Ikkos is what it is.
I'll Google it.
Icos. And
Do it
you
right
know,
now.
you never guess who she gave that medal to.
The president?
You're absolutely correct. She gave President Donald J. Trump this
Hmm.
Ecos award.
How did he assist her? How did he motivate her to?
She said that he his actions to protect women sports was the reason why
Oh,
she um, awarded it to him.
oh,
It
that's what's
said,
up.
and I thought that
That
he's, from what I understand, I don't know this to be fact. I don't know, the first president of the United States to get this award from an Olympian medalist, what have you. I thought that was
hmm.
I thought that was kind of cool, but you didn't.
Hmm.
There's
Yeah,
little
it's
blips. It was like little blips of news. If you understood what was going on, most people don't. You know.
right.
You know.
Yeah, I just Googled it, man. The Order of Ikkos, prestigious medal created by the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee in 2008 to honor coaches, mentors, or supporters who significantly contributed to an athlete's success, often awarded at the Olympic or Paralympic Games. Okay. What was the lady's name that you mentioned?
Kimberly Humphries, bobsledder.
Yep, she's in here. She said recently, Olympian uh, Kaillie Humphries awarded
Oh,
her medal
Kylie,
to
not Kimberly.
President.
I'm my mistake.
She spells it weird as
It's
Kaillie.
Kaillie Humphries.
Kaillie, okay,
Yeah,
Kaillie
I
Humphries.
thought it was Kimberly. My mistake. I had the
So,
last name right.
yep, you got it. And she did. It's in here that she gave it to President Donald Trump. She gave it to him. Matter of fact, it's a recent occurrence this month.
Yeah, it was
Mhm.
like 3 or 4 days ago, and I think she did it.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Oh,
pretty cool that you know
Yeah, I think it's
I
important to preserve the men and the women sporting events. You don't have people that used to be a man
well, they
competing.
claim not to be a man, but they're now identifying as a woman.
You still having a physical advantage, you know.
From what
You
I
know, I would
understand,
see if you're
yeah,
playing chess or something. But
yeah,
yeah, you got all the DNA of a man, and then you're out here competing against women.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I'm not a biologist and know all the biology, but I do know from day one in basic science classes that we took growing up that there's male and female, X X X
X and
Y.
Y
Yeah,
chromosome.
yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, there's definitely a different. Our bodies produce more testosterone than theirs, and they produce more estrogen than ours.
Hmm.
It's all needed to help each individual do what they designed to do, you know?
Yeah, exactly. We know that there's physical a lot of obvious, beside the obvious physical differences, right?
Mhm.
Physicalities, if you will.
There's
Um,
some people out there hating on us right now. They're like, I know
I
there's
mean,
two individuals in
I,
this planet.
yeah, you can't define what a woman is. There's a problem, It's
Yeah.
just you can't. I mean, they're just trying to rewrite things that shouldn't be rewritten, right? It
Hmm.
just doesn't make
I
sense.
agree. I agree, my man. I agree.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's good. That's
but
good. Good pick. Good
I thought that was
conclusion.
interesting. I know Greta Thunberg or whatever that special needs person is.
Hmm.
She was all hating on what's going on in the world.
Mm.
Anyways,
Yeah.
moving on.
Moving
Moving
on.
on.
You said you want to talk about the round ball.
Yep,
I've been
we
seeing
got
a lot
and
of chatter on our thread about the
yeah,
round
yeah,
ball.
yeah. So you're Wildcats, and I
Yeah,
know one of
lost to the Gators again.
yeah, sad
Hmm.
day for the Wildcats that you have back in the yeah.
I'm gonna draw a little tear on them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah. Put that out there.
Well, we're getting close. We're getting close to the old March Madness. It's only about the only time I'm interested in college any basketball, to be honest with you. Just
Hmm.
because I like the I like that the way I like the way they do it. Right? Everybody's pretty much, for the most part, got a shot at it,
Yeah,
from all the
yeah,
conferences. They don't just pick you know, I just like the way they do it. And we all
yeah.
know that it does. I don't think it's ever happened where someone that just squeaks in goes all the way and wins it. I don't know.
It has probably happened. A dark horse or whatever they call it. Some
Yeah,
team just come up from the bottom. We have
yeah,
to research that. Yeah.
yeah. But they get a chance, right? Not so much like in football, right? They're trying to
Right.
get better at the college football level to
Mhm.
incorporate all these other schools, and you know, um,
It's
but
such
it
a
doesn't
physical
matter.
game, though.
I mean, college sports, as the people that used to tout that, oh, I don't like professional sports, blah blah blah, but they love college sports because it was more about kids playing that, that are, you know what I mean. But it's all turned into money grubbing.
Money, boy, I tell you, it changes stuff.
Oh, it does.
Changes,
And
yeah, it changes.
it's been like that for a long time. Now they've changed rules so now they can be out in the open. Yeah,
Hmm.
we've got the best players, man. I'll give you some money, whatever. It's
Right.
just
That makes some incentive to come
yeah,
in.
yeah.
Yeah. I was watching this thing on Cam Newton. It was, when he was in college, he was a dominant player, and then he was winning so many games. Then somebody brought some allegations like, oh, they paid him. They've been paying him under the table or whatever, right?
Mhm.
So they was going to disqualify. I think he was playing for Auburn. Disqualify them, and it came down. It was going to ruin their season, and then another thing came down, vetoed that. And
Mhm.
so they got a chance to play for the national championship and yada yada yada. They won. And then after that, they was like, yeah, he was guilty. The institution was
Later
guilty.
on, yeah, he's like, oh, it doesn't matter now.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Yeah.
It's like it's
Well,
crazy.
and to defend Scam Newton, right?
Yeah, that was one of the slogans.
Yeah.
Scam Newton.
I mean, and this is where the NFL, I think, I see where they try to make it equitable for teams to get quality
Hmm.
players. We
Hmm.
got about 10 minutes. Is that he got suckered into going to Carolina, which wasn't a bad team, but they weren't very good when he got drafted over to them, right?
Yeah, true.
They
Yeah.
weren't terrible, but they weren't definitely not a great Super Bowl chances. I don't know. I don't remember that being. I mean, again, forgive me.
Yeah, it was one of the
I'm not
one of the
a
new teams.
I'm not a sports almanac like some people.
Yeah, I just
I
remember
think they
they
know
were one
too
of the new
much
teams.
about players. I think they really secretly want to date them or something. I don't know.
That's
They
just
probably
part of
know
the
their
game,
favorite
man.
color and what they like to eat on Sunday mornings, their favorite Sunday breakfast.
They are fans, Wayne. They are fanatics.
Yeah. And again, they would probably go out on a date with them if they could.
That's crazy. That's a little much.
Well, it's just, and I feel the same way about movie stars and all that.
Do
Sure, I
you?
like movie stars and their acting ability, but I'm not. If I met them in person, I'd be like, "Yeah, hey, how's it going? Whatever."
Mhm.
I'm not
Yeah.
enamored with them.
No, usually when I see one in person, he's like, my opinion of them goes down because they're human.
Yeah,
I see the human factor.
well, that's
On
all I see,
television.
right? That's all
Yeah.
I see. I don't see the fame or whatever.
Mhm.
There's people that I know or admire, if you will. I would love to meet and have a conversation with, just because I think they would have something to contribute
Mhm.
aside from reading a script. They do that very well, right?
Yeah, they can act.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah,
it's not, you know, that's not me.
hey,
And that's like, Rick. Good morning, Rick. And he always says good morning to us.
what's up, Rick?
He's one of our few loyal listeners that comment.
One of the Magnificent Seven.
Yeah, yeah. That actually take the time and maybe to comment, and I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody that watches, and if you comment or don't comment, like, subscribe if
Mhm.
you haven't, or whatever. Um, it just tells us that people like to hear the nonsense that comes out of our mouth. So
Yeah, we off the cuff kind of guys. We're just out here
yeah,
talking and talking about, we talk about our old days. That's what the old people. I'm like, why them the old dudes always talking about their past? And I'm one of them dudes now. Yeah,
yeah,
man, back in my
yeah.
day.
That's very good observation, because I think about that a lot. I'm like, I don't live in the past. I live in the now, but I like to remember things that happened to me in the past. So I think it's a test, right, to make sure we're still cognitive of what's really going on in the world.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff is too fast paced for me now. Too much going on. I was telling Sergeant Carter and I had to go down to Charleston, right? And I was just
Hmm.
like, look, I'm gonna just be 100. You got bullets coming from everywhere. You got teams, then the teams got channels, then the channels got chats, and then I'm like, it's a
Yeah.
lot. And then
And yeah,
you got all these apps. I'm like, what the heck? And then trying to transition over and then I'm being halfway reluctant to do it.
well, yeah.
Set in my ways,
Yeah, you got
you know.
this spreadsheet, that spreadsheet, but this one's over here, that one's over there. You
Yeah,
know, I didn't
yeah,
catch it. I was over on this one right here.
yeah.
I was like, I thought we were working out to this one. I get it, right? Same here. I'm
You navigated a lot better than me. You're like a fish out there. You're just swimming. You're in
just keep
calm.
swimming, just keep swimming.
Yeah.
That's all I
So
can
I'm
do.
like,
I
man,
do
this
what
is
I can
too.
do,
This is a
right?
lot. hmm
And the
So
thing is that I will, I'll tell them. Said, look, you got to tell them that. So look, you guys are all over the place, right? And she did kind of wrangle everybody in, but that's a work thing, and I don't want to talk about it on here. But you're right. In life, and I feel for people. There's all they think about is all these different apps and this and that and these different, and then
it's
they
a
sit
lot.
there. You sit and look at social media, right? You had
hmm
Bookface and ChapSnap and freaking
Instagram.
Idiotgram, and then there's there's
Uh,
there's the other
there's
ones
some
that
other
have come
ones.
and gone, like MySpace and
hmm
whatever, right? All
Yeah.
these things, and then then you got Tweety Bird X or whatever it is, and they're all like getting inundated with all, and now then they go, Bookface, that's for old people, or you
They've
know
already categorized them.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then they don't go on, oh, I'm not getting on there anymore. And I understand why, because if you go on Bookface, what it used to be is now inundated with, they're trying to be like YouTube, right? It's all about the way they call reels.
Right.
Yeah, I can understand why people get frustrated, and as you
Yeah.
get
It's too
older
much.
and more, as your brain matures, you don't realize it, but you're getting smarter as you get older, right?
I never would have guessed that.
Yeah, and then you sit there and go, "Well, this is ridiculous. I don't need this in my life." And you know, they're they're trying to focus more on their life instead of focusing on all these little satellite lives that they're trying to keep up with, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And we're sitting there going, we didn't have all that distraction, if you will, in our lives. We were, what I mean, we would socialize differently. We weren't socializing on the old keyboard warriors, you know, and that's really what it comes down to is like, people, come on, listen to me. You need to focus on you and not worrying about what's on the other side of the fence. We coined it keeping up with the Joneses back in the day. The neighbor's got a new car, I need a new car. A neighbor got a new lawnmower, I need a new lawn. Neighbor's got a new girlfriend, I need a new girlfriend, that kind of stuff.
It's crazy.
So they
That
get
is crazy.
I mean, the information that they're getting hit with all the time is like, we never
Hmm.
saw that, right?
Nah,
Ever.
nah, nah. None of that. Social media was on a piece of paper.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That was it. I'm like,
yeah,
I love you. Do you love me?
yeah.
And then if somebody stole that note, one time my brother, I had wrote a love letter, right?
All right,
That's
make this
crazy.
quick. You got a couple minutes here, so
2 minutes, love letter, right? Had a love letter, had wrote it. My brother found it, and then he read it to the universe.
yeah,
We got to fight. That was social media back in the day.
yeah. Your brother finding your,
Yeah,
secret,
yeah,
whatever. Yeah,
yeah. That was funny.
passing
Yep.
notes in class. Here you go, and then someone would
So
intercept it.
innocent.
Susie loves da.
Yep. That's
You gonna
then
do
turned into
what
gossip.
behind the bleachers? Whatever.
You kissed her in the hallway.
Hmm.
Good old
Yeah,
good times, man.
I don't know. School was school to me. I hated it.
Yeah.
I'm not a
Uh,
social. I'm not necessarily a social butterfly. I can sit and talk to anybody. That's just like we sit and
yeah.
talk all the time. Just
Yeah.
sit there and ramble on about whatever's going on in the world.
Facts.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
man. I want to know this from the gray beard watchers. What you guys think about this war? How is it helping us? How is it hurting us? Put your comment out there. I'm just curious what folks are thinking. Every time I look at Wayne, I see these little bombs falling in the background, the soldiers and all that.
Mhm.
I'm just concerned. I'm really like, what is the purpose of this thing? What's really going on? You know,
Yeah, I
I give my,
mean, I think you think about it. To me, it is providing. I think we've had enough 40 some years of Iran just doing whatever they wanted.
terrorizing months.
Give some
Mm-hmm.
stability in the region, saying we're not playing your games no more. That's how I look at it, right, wrong, or
Mm-hmm.
indifferent. Something had to
Make
be done, and we got less than a minute, so we're going to close out. Thanks for
drop
watching,
your comment.
everyone. Let us know what you think down there in the comments. I'd love to read them. I know Bug, he's a busy man, so take care. Have a great week, and God bless.
God bless. Bring back WZ.
Oh, yeah.